Hey, how's it going everyone? In this video, we have some big news on the potential winner of the men's Elimination Chamber match. An ex-WWE star is signing with TNA soon, and a whole lot more. But before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more wrestling news. Is Kamille still signed with AEW? So according to Sapp of Fightful Select, despite the fact that Kamille has not been seen in AEW after she quit her alliance with Mercedes Mone way back in November, Kamille is still signed with AEW, and the belief is that her contract extends for quite some time. However, despite constantly asking contacts within AEW, there's been no word on any creative plans for her return. A former WWE star is signing with TNA Impact Wrestling. So following her recent release from WWE, according to a new report from Dr. Chris Featherstone of Sportskeeda, TNA Impact Wrestling is strongly interested in signing former Legado del Fantasma member Electra Lopez, as discussions are reportedly underway for her debut with the company after her non-compete clause expires in 90 days. The winner of the men's Elimination Chamber match revealed. So this weekend is the Elimination Chamber, and although there are several big names that could end up winning the match, according to BetOnline.com, as things stand right now, John Cena is currently the heavy favorite to win the men's Elimination Chamber match, followed by CM Punk and then Seth Rollins. So now guys, I want to give you my thoughts and opinions on all of the stories that we discussed today. So for our first story that we talked about, we did talk about Kamille and basically her status with AEW and whether she is still with the company or if she just was, I guess you could say, secretly let go from the company. And this is something that many fans have been asking for quite some time now, because the last time that Kamille appeared on AEW television was when she basically quit being the bodyguard for Mercedes Mone. And although many fans did basically assume that that breakup would lead to an eventual match, because that's basically how manager and clients storylines typically end up being, with having a match. However, that was not the case at all, and ever since November of last year, Kamille has not returned to AEW programming, and many fans have been wondering since then what has been going on with Kamille, because she basically disappeared. Now Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful Select, apparently he's been asking his contacts within AEW regarding Kamille, if she is still with the company, when she's coming back, if they have any plans for her. And according to him, although he has asked, what they could potentially have planned for her, his contacts have basically not said anything in terms of, I guess you could say, not knowing when she would be back on AEW television following her, quitting her role, I guess, as the bodyguard of Mercedes Mone, which is a shame in my opinion, guys, because I think that Kamille, when she signed with AEW, I do believe there was a report where they asked her why she decided to sign with AEW, and she basically said that she felt that she would have the freedom in AEW to work on outside projects. Now, from my understanding is that she has been working on a movie, I believe, but apart from that, I'm not really sure what else she has been working on. And according to other reports from other wrestling outlets, nothing has really been said. Maybe she's injured or she's dealing with some kind of injury or anything like this. So I do think that it is the reason why she has been missing and she is continuing to be out of AEW programming is because a creative issue that Tony Khan, I guess he doesn't have anything planned for her. However, it's been several months now that she has been off of AEW television, and her return to the company still remains unknown at this time. So yeah, guys, that is the current status for Kamille. Now, the other story that we talked about was that a former WWE star, could end up signing with TNA Impact Wrestling, and that person is Electra Lopez, who was a part of WWE's recent batch of releases, which took place several weeks ago. And according to Dr. Chris Featherstone of Sportskeeda, who has been very accurate in his reporting as of late, and if you guys are not following him, you should. He is on X, and you could just put Dr. Chris Featherstone and he will pop up. And he does have a lot of cool information that he does post on there. But he did say that TNA Impact Wrestling, they are reportedly, discussions have been reportedly underway for her debut with the company. However, this cannot happen until her 90-day non-compete clause expires that she has with WWE. So despite the fact that she could eventually sign with TNA Impact Wrestling. For her to debut, it will have to be for it won't be anytime soon, but it will be in the next 90 days. And in my opinion, guys, I do think that Electra Lopez was someone who had a lot of potential in WWE and NXT. She was very good as a manager. She did have a couple of matches, but she did not. I'm not sure if after having several matches, I don't think that WWE was very convinced of her being as a wrestler, working as a wrestler. Instead, they view her better as a manager type of character, similar to how Zelina Vega is. However, Zelina Vega could be a manager and also wrestle as well. So that is, obviously something that I assume they were hoping for Electra Lopez to be, but sadly that was not the case. Now, I do think that if she does spend a bit of time on the independent scene and also with TNA Impact Wrestling, I'm pretty sure that she can develop that wrestling skill, and then perhaps in the future she can return to WWE, even if it's a part of TNA and NXT's relationship that they have, their working relationship. She could potentially return on NXT television and then eventually get signed by WWE once again, but sometime down the future. But all the best of luck to Electra Lopez, and as it does look like she could be headed to TNA Impact Wrestling. Now, the other story that we did talk about the potential winner of the men's Elimination Chamber match. And guys, there are several names that could end up winning the Elimination Chamber, like John Cena, Seth Rollins, CM Punk, McIntyre, I believe, and just big names that could, or main event guys, right? And so basically, a lot of people are saying that they could see Seth Rollins, CM Punk winning the whole thing. However, according to betonline.com, which they are pretty accurate in terms of seeing who ends up winning matches and things like this. And right now, the current favorite to win the Elimination Chamber match is John Cena with a -2,000, followed by CM Punk and then Seth Rollins. And as things stand right now, and for my opinion, I do believe that John Cena will end up winning the Elimination Chamber just because it makes sense with his storyline. That he plans to retire soon, and I do think that this could end up making it a very cool thing for him to, I guess you could say, overcome the odds and win the Elimination Chamber, coming short from winning the Royal Rumble, losing to Jey Uso there. And I do think that would end up being a pretty cool story for him to win the Elimination Chamber and then go on to perhaps potentially main event his last ever WrestleMania, and I think that would be pretty awesome. So with that being said, guys, that is all of the news that we have for today. Please make sure to let me know your thoughts and opinions on all of the stories that we discussed today in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.